sat in that chair. We're talking about history here.
Tell him, Emmy.
Bad news, boss. The Civil Rights Museum needs an answer by tomorrow. You want to donate your dad's desk or keep it?
I still can't decide. Let it stay here for now. Where's Stacy?
She's meeting you in court.
I hope you're going to be able to come over later. Kelly's bringing that baby. Oh, he's doing the cutest things now.
No, honey, I'd love to, but I can't. I've got too much work to do.
Oh, no, that stays.
Renee, Mrs. Isaac and Mrs. Harris are here to see you.
Hey, careful with that. Say it with me now. Irreplaceable.
Hey, Renee. Hey, Slag sister.
Hey, ladies, how are you?
We'll be a lot better after we get rid of that damn Titler Labs.
Everyone else is down at the courthouse, but I just wanted to bring you a little pick-me-up.
More food. I'm still working on that get-the-let-out lasagna.
Dot got some bad news about her daughter last night. Her son's no better.
What happened?
Here's Dustin and Lindsay's blood test like you wanted. I found out that the lead's worked its way into Lindsay's bone marrow. Her seizures are worse than Dustin's now.
I'm so sorry.
Every time I look at my little boy, I want to tear that plant down brick by brick.
That's why we're in court.
I was still awake at 3 a.m., so I started baking.
Dot made you this kick-his-ass carrot cake.
Dedicated to that judge. Turned my stomach turf-hewn.
That judge almost held you in contempt yesterday for yelling at him.
I have never met a man more in need of a colonic.
Dot!
Like you haven't thought worse.
I have a history with this judge. He's a pain, but he's fair.
Why does he act so high and mighty?
Oh, we're asking a lot of him. We want to be compensated for medical expenses. We want the neighborhood cleaned up, and we want that plant shut down. Now, Judge DeHune is the only one that can make this ruling. We have to move him. We have to convince him. We have to not piss him off.
Any day now, I will hear you say goodbye, my love, and you'll be on your way. In my wild, beautiful world, you will have flown. It's easy now. I'll be gone alone.
Who's Nana's favorite boy? Who is it? Who's the sweetest boy? Sweetest boy in town. Don't bring that in here. That's covered with mud.
I was gonna rinse it off.
Well, rinse it off outside. The baby's in here. Who's gonna look cute in this? Oh, isn't this the most precious thing you ever saw? Are you tired, darling? Welcome to the rest of your life.
I don't know how you did this. I don't know how any mother does this. I mean, I love him so much, but I just...
You're exhausted, I know.
Yeah, you and Daddy have been so incredible. I don't deserve any of this.
But you do, don't you? Yes, because who's the prettiest boy? Oh, he's the sweetest. Have you completely exhausted your mama? Have you? Did you take out the trash?
No.
Well, could you do it now?
Be back in a minute.
Davis?
Darling, don't you want to stay for dinner?
No, I'm fine. I got groceries I need to go get.
Can I walk you out?
No, I'm good. Thanks, though.
Well, you call if you need anything. You know I will. Okay. Well, I think it's all starting to sink in now.
She's doing good.
Has Davis been acting a little strange lately? I mean, is he going through something?
I think he's coming down with teenage boy syndrome. I remember this phase. Laziness is just another word for rebellion.
Davis? Rebellion?
What's up?
Doesn't he know he's supposed to be the good one?
Mrs. Isaac, when did you first notice changes in your children's health?
About a year ago.
What kind of changes did you observe?
Lindsay started throwing up all the time and slurring her words.
How old is Lindsay?
6. And then Dustin, he's 2, he started having seizures.
What did you do?
We took him to the doctor, and they did CAT scans and blood tests. They even did a spinal tap.
Did the doctors tell you the cause of your children's illness?
Lead poisoning.
Did you have your home tested for lead?
Yes, the house is clean.
Do you know of any other possible source of lead in your neighborhood?
That plant, Titler Labs.
Mrs. Isaac, can you describe the primary function of Titler Labs as you understand it?
They recycle lead out of car batteries. This creates slag.
It's a lead-filled waste.
Did an engineer from the Alabama Department of Environmental Management do tests on your soil?
Yes.
Referring to plaintiffs 3 through 12. Mrs. Isaac, would you please read the section entitled Sample Results?
The Isaac soil sample tested 200 parts per million in lead.
Do you know what that means?
Our whole yard is hazardous waste.
Objection. The witness is not qualified to draw that conclusion.
Sustained.
She knows that lead-filled soil is hazardous for her kids to play in.
Miss Jackson, please refer your questions only to the witness or to the court.
I have driven past that plant every day for 10 years.
Miss Isaacs.
And I never knew it was killing my family.
Miss Isaacs, please respond only when a question has been put to you.
No further questions.
You're a working woman, Mrs. Isaac. Where are your children during the day?
At my mom's.
So your children are out of your care a lot, aren't they, Mrs. Isaac? Do they ever spend weekends at a friend's house, go on church outings?
Sometimes.
So isn't it possible your children were exposed to lead while out of your care?
We know where the lead's coming from.
And we know where you're coming from.
Your Honor?
Looking for a scapegoat to cash in on?
Objection!
Son of a bitch! You people are killing our children!
Order!
Why do you let him do that?
I will have order or I will clear this courtroom. Is that understood? Miss Jackson, will you please keep your clients under control?
You are such a pig. You've been here 10 minutes. Your stuff is everywhere.
There's not even enough room in here to do this.
Sure there is. Stand by the door. We'll start from your entrance. Try to get it right this time.
Well, finally.
Hey, where you been?
I was waiting for you. I said meet me by the lockers at 3.
Oh, yeah. Forgot.
Did you forget to have lunch with me? You sat with Robin Wilkins and Susie Slate.
I was paying Susie off to do my math homework. And it's not value in drama. I wasn't ignoring you, Renee. You know you're my BFFE, right? Best friends forever.
Yeah, that's really fascinating, but I have homework. So are we gonna do this assignment or what?
We've still got to pick out a scene to do.
Actually, we already picked one.
Without me?
Alice in Wonderland.
Through the looking glass?
I'm Alice, Carter's Tweedledee, you're Tweedledum.
What?
Guys, come on, can we just do this, please? Look, there's a lot of stuff in here, so let's just move this junk.
No, no, no. And it's not junk. Let's just go to your house.
Let's go to yours.
My dad's at home with a cold. And besides, your mom always has cake or something, and I'm starved. Come on, Collier.
Come on, Collier.
Can't we at least do something that means something? Why are we doing a dumb fairy tale?
Because it's the shortest one.
Renee, we're going to be doing like 5 more scenes for class. Next time you can be Cleopatra, the one who kills her kids.
That's Medea.
Whatever. Okay, ready?
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hey, kiddo. You can practice here today, but don't forget I've got a meeting here tomorrow.
Okay, Daddy.
Well, we can't go back to Port Dixie.
I think we should rehearse at your house tomorrow night, Emmy.
Renee, you know my old fart dad won't let us.
Why don't you ask him?
I told you before, Therese asked it out before he'll let you in again.
That could be arranged.
If I ask you to come in, he's just going to say no, so what's the point?
BFFEs are supposed to stand up for each other.
I see your point. Well, that isn't like him. Well, we'll talk to him, yes. All right, well, thanks for calling, Miss Willett.
Well?
I guess Davis is slacking off a bit in English. His grades have dropped a little.
From A's to B's?
More like C's.
C's? Davis has never made a C in his life.
Mary Elizabeth, don't go flying off the
Hey there, buddy. We were just talking about you.
Hey, this is Jake. Hey.
Jake, nice to meet you.
Hey, Jake.
Hey, how you doing?
Davis, we have to sit down and talk.
Dad, we're working on a project for school. We need a couple hours.
Okay.
Let's go.
Well, as soon as you're finished. Did you stick your finger in a light socket?
Funny, Mom.
Why, who, what, when?
Over at Jake's. We did it for solidarity.
Solidarity.
Dr. Andrews, how quickly does lead affect the brain and the nervous system?
Immediately. The younger the child, the more harm done by the lead.
And what types of problems may result from lead exposure in young children?
Loss of motor skills, mental retardation, convulsions.
Doctor, given their symptoms, how long would you say these children have had lead poisoning before it was discovered?
Years.
And if high exposure continues?
Coma and death.
Thank you, Dr. Andrews.
Dr. Andrews, there are millions of car batteries used in America every year. How many plants like Tytler Labs are there to recycle them?
About 20 now.
With so many batteries, why are there so few plants?
Many went out of business in the early 80s. Couldn't keep up with stricter EPA guidelines.
Does this mean Tytler Labs is still in business because they comply with state and federal regulations?
Yes.
Doctor, can you prove that the lead found in the children's systems came from Tytler Labs?
Given the circumstances, it's likely that it
Yes
did.
or no, doctor? Can you say, for medical certainty, that the lead found in the children's blood came from Tytler Labs?
No.
No further questions.
Dr. Andrews, in your opinion, is Tytler Labs releasing enough lead to harm the children in the surrounding area?
Yes.
If Tytler Labs were to shut down and replace the soil in the yards of those families, could that neighborhood be made safe again?
Yes.
Thank you, Doctor. Nothing further.
You may step down, sir. Next witness.
Plaintiff calls Simon Hall of the Environmental Protection Agency.
Counselor, we have already heard from the Alabama Department of Environmental Management. Now, what is Mr. Hall going to tell us that's any different?
He's going to clarify President Clinton's executive order to protect minority and low-income neighborhoods from waste disposal.
An executive order has no legal application in this case. Witness denied.
My clients can't afford to move, and their civil rights are being violated.
That's not a door I want to walk through, Ms. Jackson. Now, let's move on.
I want us to go on record as objecting to...
Noted. Now, move on.
What is it with you? I had every right...
Miss Jackson, I didn't hear you knock.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
A short-sighted judge who just made a bad call.
Really? And I think it's an arrogant lawyer who should know she's skating on contempt. I made a ruling based on the law. If the rest of your case is solid, you have nothing to worry about. Now, unless you came to take me to dinner, I strongly suggest that you leave my chambers.
I'll tell you where I'm going to take you. State Supreme Court. I'm going over your head. He picked the wrong black woman.
Is everything all right?
No, change of plans.
What did you say to Terhune?
Lakeisha, get on Westlaw. I want everything on filing a petition for writ of mandamus.
You can't be serious.
That's a heart attack. Have the movers taken the library yet? Fine, unpack and call a staff meeting into the new office in an hour. I don't care if it's not ready.
You're going to accuse Judge Terhune of judicial error?
I'm going to do what needs to be done. I made a promise to those families.
I think you're being a little bit emotional.
Every civil rights case we try will be emotional. Get used to it.
Aren't you going to eat your potatoes? They're usually your favorite.
When are you going to yell at me about my hair?
No, they're yelling at you. I mean, I wish you'd asked us first, but I kind of like it.
Me too.
Yeah, right.
What made you decide to bleach it?
I told you. Oh, yeah. Kelly called a while ago.
Really? What'd she say?
I don't remember.
Hey, you want to shoot some hoops with me after dinner?
I can't. I'm busy.
Tell me something. Exactly what does it mean? Straight, but not narrow.
Mom, it's pretty self-explanatory. Gotta go.
Not till you finish your dinner.
I'm finished.
Well, it doesn't look like it to me.
Can I get it? It's probably Jake.
All right. Glad we cleared that up.
Have you really thought this Republican thing through? I'd take the death penalty.
If they murdered someone, they deserve it. Flip the switch.
Unbelievable.
Okay, let's talk about CETA v. Tytler Labs. Where's Carrie?
Still in Atlanta. He's handling his grandfather's estate.
I filled Joe in on the way over.
Writ of mandamus, huh? You want to challenge Turk Terhune?
We're mid-trial. It's now or never. The Alabama State Supreme Court can force Terhune to hear my EPA witness.
We need to focus on what we can win. It is almost impossible to shut these labs down.
That's exactly why we should argue environmental justice.
But secondary lead smelters do a lot of good. They provide nearly half of the lead used in the U.S.
So they should be allowed to hurt the people who live near them?
What about just relocating the families?
We've asked for relocation as an alternate, but these people should not have to leave their homes.
Tyler was there first, right?
It doesn't matter, Joe. You challenge Terhune like this, he could rule against us. No money, no cleanup, nothing. We don't have a choice. We need this testimony.
Renee never goes the conservative route.
We could end up losing it all.
Republican has a point, Renee.
Have you ever been to the Alabama Supreme Court? No. They're very pro-big business. If we go in there with a weak petition, they will bury us. Then we better go in strong.
You said they'd be home by 6. What exactly did your dad say when you asked if I could come over?
I told you. He was mad at first, then he said okay. Okay, so I'm Alice, you're Tweedledee, you're Tweedledum.
Renee, we gotta stand side by side.
I know. Just start.
Fine. Please, can you tell me which way to get out of the woods?
Do you like poetry?
What shall I repeat to her?
The Walrus and the Carpenter is the longest.
I'm not doing the poem again. Emmy, it's almost 7. Where are they?
I don't know. They should have been here by now.
Maybe they went to a movie after dinner.
Or maybe they stopped by Uncle Jimmy's.
And maybe you knew that all along. You didn't ask him, did you?
Look, Renee, it ain't gonna matter if I talk to him or not.
It matters to me. I guess that's not important enough. Why don't you be Tweedledum?
Hey, baby, what's going on?
I was just taking a walk and I sort of ended up here.
Got a lot on your mind?
Not compared to you.
I don't know. Try me. What's wrong?
Nothing. Everything. School. Emmy.
Aha. What's with you two?
It's just starting to feel weird. She's acting funny and she lied to me about something important today.
Yeah, well, it's about time for your friendship to be tested.
Here we go. I knew you were going to say that.
Then I guess you came to hear it. Look, you're in a different world now, so your friendship's going to be different.
Yeah, but does different have to mean bad?
No, but it won't all be good. I mean, you and Emmy have a history, but you have to be ready for change. You're both growing up.
I think we're growing apart.
Well, don't give up on her yet.
I know. I don't want to lose my friend.
But don't compromise yourself either.
Thanks, Dad. Staying late?
Yeah. Lawyer's work is never done. You'll see.
You don't know if I'll be a lawyer.
You're right. I don't. But you will. Good luck with Emmy.
Bye, Pops. Love you.
Love you, kiddo.
So, we founded the Gay Straight Alliance to build awareness and to be a major voice for acceptance at school.
That's right.
There are no objections. Jake and I will be co-chairs until we decide on a permanent structure.
That's cool.
Any questions?
That's fine.
Pretzels?
If Judge Terhune had allowed Mr. Hall to testify, he would have recommended the Tytler Labs be closed down. This plant has been allowed to pollute Cedar, Alabama for years. They are violating the civil rights of these families.
Counselor, you are arguing to terminate a major industrial facility based on a relatively young concept.
Discrimination is not young, Your Honor. For years, the waste industry has been allowed to abuse poor and minority neighborhoods with no retribution.
Counselor, it is not our place to rule on the environmental justice argument. We are here to determine only if Judge Terhune acted in error.
And I believe he did. My clients are being denied the ability to assert their equal protection rights.
But you have no cause of action under Clinton's order.
There is an implied right to sue written into the language of the order. The EPA is currently lobbying to create environmental justice legislation.
But you've got no precedent. Now, unless I've missed something, there is currently no state or federal legislation on this issue, is there?
Not yet.
Let's get to the bottom line. Isn't the ruling Judge Terhune made within his discretion?
Considering...
Yes or no, Ms. Jackson?
Yes, but with all...
Thank you, Counselor. That's all we need to hear.
The gay-straight alliance, so which one is he?
That's the million-dollar question. I've stopped pretending I know anything about my son anymore.
That would certainly explain the whole priest thing.
Well, that's quite a statement coming from you, Miss Civil Rights of America, Miss I have no prejudices.
I didn't say that. What I meant... Oh, never mind.
Look, Davis has always been a different kind of kid. I always thought he'd be, you know, an artist or an actor or something like that. If it turns out that he's gay, then, well, we're just going to have to roll with that.
Is Collier willing to roll with that?
Well, Collier's into his manly man thing. I know my son, and my son's not gay.
Well, he could be right, you know.
First time for everything.
And Davis won't discuss this at all?
Not yet. But you should have seen him at that meeting. It was like he was a brand new kind of kid, you know? He was using words like permanent structures and building awareness, and he was like a lawyer.
I certainly could have used his help today.
Oh, how'd it go?
It was grueling, terrifying. I think I sweated off 20 pounds. I loved every moment of it. I can't wait to go back.
Really?
Yeah. I lost, though.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. That Judge Terhune, he was just waiting there, trying to ambush me. He's such an egomaniac. Ooh. Ooh-mm. What? Well, those were made by the Slag sisters, and I'm pretty sure they used bottled water, but I've never asked them.
Let me apologize on behalf of Ms. Jackson for wasting everyone's time with her failed petition. Mr. Hampton, please continue.
Supper. As Vice President of Public Affairs, your office deals with local environmental issues.
That's correct.
And in your 5 years there, how many environmental citations has Tytler received?
0.
Your pollution control?
State of the art.
Thank you. Nothing further.
State of the art. Isn't it a matter of record, Plaintiffs 211, that from 1981 to 89, Tytler Labs received 234 citations for hazardous waste violations?
All corrected.
Ms. Hubbard, doesn't lead released into the soil accumulate over time, making that soil more and more toxic?
Some studies show that, yes.
So my clients are paying for hazardous waste violations from back in the 80s.
Objection, conclusion.
Withdrawn. If Tytler Labs employs over 500 people, many must have families, do you have an on-site daycare center?
No.
Did you ever have a daycare center?
Years ago.
Why was it closed down?
Lack of use.
So even the people who work for you don't want their children playing near that plant. Smart employees.
Objection.
Nothing further.
Man, that was such a foul. Dude, you turned off the foul detector. Yes. Dunked on you, baby. Bull. Man. Hi, Mr. Sims.
Hey, can I get you guys something to eat?
Oh, no, thanks. I'm cool. We're fine, Mom.
How about something to drink?
Yeah. Really, we're fine. Yes.
Who's winning?
Mom. Look at that, though.
Sorry.
And he's going to the line.
I said I was sorry like 50 times. She's still mad at me.
Why do you care so much about what Renee thinks anyway?
Because she's my best friend.
I know. She's your best friend for now.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's just getting harder and harder to be friends with her. I mean, just the other day, some greasers came up and almost kicked my butt because they said Renee's color was rubbing off on me.
What are we gonna do, Collier?
There's nothing we can do.
It's just all so stupid.
Bet your Uncle Jimmy doesn't think so.
Do you?
I don't know. I guess just coloreds and us just shouldn't mix.
But you like Renee.
Yeah, but Renee's not a colored. I mean, she's a colored, but she's different. She seems different.
Collier Sims, you sound about as dumb as Uncle Jimmy.
If we were all supposed to hang out together, wouldn't we just all be the same color?
Well, God didn't think so, and that's good enough for me.
Yeah, well, God should tell those greasers that.
Yeah, and Robin and Diane. Even Susie wants me to stop hanging out with her. But I'd never tell Renee. I mean, it's nothing compared to what she goes through.
And now she's all hacked off just because you won't stick your neck out? Why don't you get her to go talk to your dad?
Because I thought of something better. Renee should be over any minute.
Why?
Because I stole her math book.
Give it back, Emmy.
Renee, you can have it after one more rehearsal. You do this scene, and I'll do your math homework for a month.
You don't even do your own math homework.
So I'll pay Susie to do yours, too.
But I'm better at math.
Renee, you're missing the point. Can we just rehearse, please? You just trust me, okay?
Fine.
Okay, let's start from the poem.
The time has come, the walrus said, to talk of many things, of shoes and ships and sealing wax, of cabbages and kings, and why the sea is boiling hot and whether pigs have wings. Now if...
Mary Elizabeth.
Dad, I want to talk to you.
Quiet. You best go home now. You know better, Mary Elizabeth. Don't you ever do that again.
You better go home too, Collier.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna talk to my dad.
Oh, I don't think that's
Collier, you just go. Everything will be fine. Well, won't you let Renee come over?
You know why.
It doesn't make any sense. You've known her for years. And you let her come in the house when Johnny died.
That was different. Look, I know you like Renee, and I'm sure she's a good girl. But there are some lines that just can't be crossed.
Well, I think you're wrong.
And I think, young lady, you better listen to me. No coloreds coming in my house. Unless they're working for me. You understand?
You think you're better than Renee?
Of course not. But that doesn't mean she's coming in my house. Now, this conversation's over.
My back's against the wall. Title Labs put on a strong case, and I've got to nail this closing, and I don't know what to say.
Well, now let me get this straight. It's illegal for this plant to poison kids.
More or less.
That makes no sense.
It's impossible to dispose of toxic waste without some of it leaking into the surrounding area.
I bet they don't have any death factories over there in Vestavia Hills.
No, they don't.
How is it that we could put a man on the moon, but we can't fix this? And what's supposed to happen when a plant leaks more goop than they're supposed to?
They get cited by the EPA and told to fix the problem.
And that's it?
Pretty much. A plant's got to be in continuous flagrant violation for it to be shut down.
What's the point of having an environmental protection agency if it doesn't protect us? I mean, it's just a bunch of government BS. Why don't people just stop making stuff that's toxic?
You drive over here in your minivan?
Yeah.
How many batteries has it been through in the last 10 years?
I don't know.
What about Emmett's disposable diapers? You see, we all pollute the earth. Our junk's got to go somewhere.
I gotta go anyway. I am having a heart-to-heart at dinner with my son tonight, just the two of us.
Good luck.
I'll need it. And I almost forgot. For his favorite aunt.
Look at him.
Isn't he perfect?
Yes, he is. Brian Harris, 5 years old. He was in a lead-induced coma for a week. His chances of a full recovery are slim. Layla Norwood, 8 months old. She has lead colic. It causes severe abdominal pain and vomiting. Tanya Reeves. Tanya hasn't drawn a breath yet, but already she's received toxic amounts of lead through her mother's blood. The full extent of the damage is yet unknown. Thank you very much, ladies. The poor of our society carry the burden of living with the waste that we create. It costs them. They pay with their health and their children's lives. We need to have Cedar, Alabama be treated the same way we do Vestavia Hills. We need to compensate these families, clean up their neighborhood, and shut that plant down.
My heart goes out to each one of the plaintiffs. I can't imagine how they've suffered. No one can hear these stories and not want to punish somebody. The truth? There are no bad guys here. If it weren't for plants like Tytler Labs, thousands or maybe millions more children would be suffering or dying from lead poisoning. Tytler Labs protects us. Cars use batteries. Those batteries need to be disposed of properly. If we shut down the plants that perform this vital service, we will have an epidemic on our hands.
Davis, this is supposed to be our special night. Don't you want to come in here and keep me company?
If you want.
So, how's school going? Doing any better in English?
Yeah, I guess.
Could you just treat me to a whole sentence?
What do you want me to say?
Anything at all. Just tell me what's going on with you.
Baby dropped his thing.
Here you go, darling. There you go. Your mommy's gonna be here any minute. So, tell me about this club you and Jacob started.
It's not a club. It's a support group.
Uh-huh. And what made you want to start that?
Jay came out to a few people and he started getting hassled. If I'm going to be a spiritual leader one day, then I got to be a social leader now.
You know, the Catholic Church has some very strong views about homosexuality.
Do you know what they are, Mom?
Yes, I do.
Catholics view homosexuality the same way they view premarital sex. Which one do you think is worse?
It's not a matter of which one I think is worse.
Which one gets you noticed more in this house, then?
Excuse me?
Why don't you just ask me?
Ask you what?
If I'm gay. That's what this whole thing is about, isn't it? You haven't paid attention to what's been going on with me for the last 6 months. You've been too busy blowing Kelly's nose and wiping his butt. Now you're all over me. Maybe I should bring a black man home one day. I bet that'd get your attention, wouldn't it?
Be seated. When I look at what's happened to these children, it brings me to tears. But lead recycling is a necessary evil. So I've decided to do something certain people think me incapable of. Compromise. Tytler Labs will remain open. However, they will compensate each family for medical and relocation expenses in the amount of $1 million per family. In addition, Tytler will form a corrective action plan for removing lead from the surrounding home sites. Adjourn.
Thanks to you, we can take care of our babies now.
Congratulations.
Renee, there's someone here who wants to say thank you.
Hi, Lindsay.
This is for you. I made it myself.
You did? You didn't have to do that. Oh, my. That's beautiful.
It's a hero sandwich.
In 1962, my father put up our house as collateral to open up a one-man law firm to fight for people who couldn't fight for themselves. If you could only see us now. May we continue to have million-dollar victories in the name of justice. To our future.
To our future. You're going to make history here, boss.
I hope so.
We have direct lines here, right?
Why?
I'm phasing out some old clients, and you may get some calls from Lisa's Love Hut, but that should die down pretty quick. Oh, watch this.
I can't.
So, Rush Limbaugh. Gays in the military?
They do their job and keep a low profile. It's not a problem.
They said the same thing about blacks 50 years ago. Did you vote for Bush?
Sure did.
Pro-life?
Yes, I am.
Joe.
This isn't over. You can still be saved.
So how you holding up?
Oh, all right, I guess. This is just all so new for me. I know how to do corporate. I just don't know how you get used to dying kids.
You don't. You just do whatever you can to help.
So what do I do about Joe?
Well, you seem to be driving him crazy. Keep it up.
Going to Reading?
Maybe tomorrow. I could tighten up you and your mom's bike and we could all go.
I don't think Mom wants to hang out with me.
I heard you gave her an earful.
I didn't know I was going to say all that until I said it.
You don't really believe that your mom thinks you're gay, do you? I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. You must have been feeling pretty pissed off for a while, huh? You should have told us before things got so bad.
I guess I felt like, oh, we should have known.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Dad, I started this group with Jake because I wanted to help people.
Well, that's great, but just be ready to take some heat. Even though I know you're not gay, it's just most people aren't as open-minded as you are.
Mom's gonna grab me till I'm 40.
You'll probably be out by 35.
You think she's talking to me yet?
Hi.
Hi.
Brought your book.
So what did he say after I left?
Well, the gist is, you still can't come in the house.
I figured that. He's such a SITM. Stick in the mud.
I really thought he might listen with you there. I tried to talk to him, but he just... I'm sorry.
Emmy, don't you get it? I wanted you to stand up to him. I want to know that our friendship still means something to you.
It means everything to me. Look, I know we've made some new friends this year, but that doesn't change the way we feel about each other, right?
Right.
Good.
So what are we going to do about drama class? You think we're ready?
Actually, I have an idea.
Please, no more ideas, Emmy. I can't take it.
You're gonna love this one.
Mary Elizabeth, this is crazy. This is crazy. We're going to get killed.
Collier, you have to do this.
Most people aren't as open-minded as you are.
As we are, right? Okay, you ready? Okay, go. Go.
It is the lark that sings so out of tune. Oh, now be gone. More light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Juliet, your lady mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary. Look about.
Then window, let day in and let life out.
Farewell, farewell, one kiss and all descent.
I am so proud of you. You did it. So have they made you like queen of the Slag Sisters now? I'm gonna have to come over and see your new office before it burns down. I'm kidding. God, you're so paranoid. Renee, I gotta go. I don't know. I'll see you at the old office. Bye. Davis? Davis?
Yeah, Mom. You found the info on my new school.
Your new school?
Yeah, Dad and I have been talking about it. I want to get started preparing for my life as a monk.
Your life as a monk?
Yeah, I really feel like it's my calling.
You're winding me up, aren't you?
Well, you're the one who thinks I'm gay.
You haven't told me that you're not.
Well, I'm not.
Not that it would matter to me if you were. Look, I'm sorry if I've made you feel like the second fiddle around here. I know things have been kind of chaotic in the last year. And I should have checked in with you. I mean, really checked in, and I'm very proud of you. And the man that you are becoming. And I don't want to lose you as my friend. Okay? Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry I yelled at you.
If you ever talk to me like that again, I will pluck out every little bleach blonde hair on your head. Hang on. Hello? Hey, Kale. No, tonight's not good. Yeah, we're at home, but I'm hanging out with Davis. Yeah. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye. So, what's it gonna be, Brother Sims?
Basketball?
Oh, I don't know, my old back doesn't seem quite mended yet. Oh. Well, yeah. All right.
This is gonna be so easy.
Hey, I have moves you haven't even ever seen yet.
Your Honor, I was just coming to see you.
Miss Jackson, are you still speaking to me?
Don't sound so surprised.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
You had a tough decision to make today. I think if I could have made my environmental justice argument, you would have shut that plan down.
Well, I gave you all I could. You just didn't have the law on your side.
At any rate, I think you made a fair ruling.
Don't sound so surprised. Thanks a lot.
I hear you liked home cooking, so I brought you a few things. Lasagna, salad, carrot cake, and some cookies.
Oh. Well, thank you, Renee.
You're welcome, Turk. Oh, by the way, the Slag sisters made it. Enjoy.
I'll let him win. I thought it would be a good confidence booster.
Yeah, right.
So when's the museum come for the furniture?
Tomorrow.
Too bad you can't take the Mona Lisa.
Yeah. Except Daddy painted it on the wall.
The clock on the wall.
I'll be outside.
Says it's time to go. But I know my heart really wants you to stay a while. Hear the seconds ticking by and the world outside is still. So before you have to leave, stay a while with me. Oh,
my Pops. Love you.
With me.
Love you, kiddo.
Soft breezes blowing through the